When the global polio eradication initiative began in the late 1980s, we had a target of eradicating polio by the year 2000. And clearly we have missed that target by a lot, but we're really close to eradication. We're down to having what we call wild polio, which means not vaccine-induced, just something that's spreading through the population, only in Pakistan and Afghanistan. So just two countries where polio is still happening. There have been only a handful of cases this year, and it's entirely possible that by the end of this year, we will have no new cases happening.
Health organizations have said that they hope, as you mentioned, to eradicate it completely this year. So what's being done?
It's really aggressive vaccination campaigns in the places that are still having polio occur. And it can take a lot of different months of going in and revaccinating to hit every single child. What we can't do is miss a neighborhood or a rural community and have polio continue to circulate in any place. So it's really about going into every part of a city, every part of a rural area, and vaccinating every single child.
Here in the U.S., it is the 100th anniversary of the first major polio outbreak. What advances have been made in the United States?
There have been no cases of polio anywhere in the Americas for many years now. So we have eliminated polio from the Western Hemisphere. Of course, we still continue to vaccinate because as long as polio is anywhere, it could show up in some other country. And that's really why we have this global push. It's all the world coming together and saying, let's make sure that these final few places that still have polio get rid of it now. If we don't make this real intense push here in the next few months to eradicate polio, it could resurge and then the entire world would be at risk again.
So that being said, what are some of the challenges still out there?
The main challenge is still just getting to every single community. It takes incredible effort to get to some of these really remote rural areas. And again, it only takes one child with polio to start a whole new chain of transmission.
I want to ask you about this new oral polio vaccine, bivalent. 155 countries switched to this form of a vaccine. How does this compare to what was being given out before?
There used to be 3 strains of polio, and so the oral polio vaccine needed to have all 3 strains in it. But it's been many years now since one of those 3 strains has occurred anywhere in the world. And so functionally, we have eradicated one of the 3 strains. And so switching from the trivalent vaccine with all 3 strains to the bivalent with only those 2 is a time to celebrate that we've eradicated one of the 3 strains, and that's great progress toward full eradication of polio.
All right, Kathryn Jacobsen, thank you so much for your time.
You're welcome.